Hi, my name is Trey Martin, and I'm just answering the questions for week 5. I chose J.K. Rowling. A little bit about me: I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd. It's actually like my favorite series. So of course, when I saw that on the options from Dr. Crowder, that was the one I chose. Also, I transcribed all my answers, and I'm gonna put it up with the link for my video, just so it's easier to look at what I said in case I don't exactly say how I wanted it to. So for the first question, it says, how might you use your selected commencement address with a group of gifted students? First off, I want to say that the J.K. Rowling commencement speech was amazing. I thought that she really showed how gifted students can use their abilities even when people tell them they cannot. So I think this would be an excellent opportunity to explain to my students that anything they want to accomplish is possible. If they simply use their abilities and never lose sight of their dreams. J.K. Rowling was a perfect example of this because at a young age, at 21, she had hit rock bottom. She talked about how her parents didn't want her to pursue her dream in writing, but then she decided to do it anyway. She's a perfect example of how you can persevere through hard times to write one of the most popular book series of all time. I would also tie the commencement address by using examples in history of what colonists faced at the thought of defeat, like the British in the American Revolution. I would require students to think of examples like this in their scenario in life. If you think about the American Revolution, it looked bleak and it didn't look very good for the colonists throughout most of the war, but they used George Washington, who probably would have been labeled as a gifted student, used creative ideas in order to change the outcome of the war. My goal for the students is the hopes they can see that they can accomplish their dreams by using their abilities and never give up. One of the things that I think that we've talked about and learned about with the gifted students is a lot of times their parents put pressure on them. I know I was labeled as a gifted student growing up, and my parents put a ton of pressure on me, not only just to get good grades, but to succeed. So I think it's important for them to know that they should never give up and they should never stop chasing their dreams. What effective characteristics or needs of gifted students could you address? I think this would address the use of creative abilities that most gifted students possess. This would help those students who have been pressured by their parents, just like J.K. Rowling, to succeed. I think it also helps students to realize they can have impact on the world by just using their creativeness and leadership abilities, not only in their school but in their lives. It's important that students learn that they don't really have to reinvent the wheel, but they can use their creative abilities to do what the best they could possibly do. What questions or activities might you introduce to the students after they've viewed the speech? The first question I would ask them is, what do you think the major theme of her commencement speech? She talked about two different themes, but I want them to think about themselves, what they got out of it, because every student will be different. What do you think about? I also want them to think about what they think about what she's saying about failure, and I want them to think of one example of something they tried at first, but they did not succeed, and how they went about to succeed. Then I want to think two examples in history where this is the case, where like the American Revolution may have not necessarily worked the first time, but how they kept going and they used different strategies in order to succeed. Then the next day in class, I would have them peer review each other's paper, and then finally get up and talk about one example from their own life if it's school appropriate, and then give one example of one in history. And there was a particular quote that I would probably have on the board when they got in, just because it really struck to me and kind of the personal life. There's an expiration for blaming your parents for steering you in the wrong direction. The moment you're old enough to take the wheel, the responsibility is yours. Since I'm a college tennis coach, this has really hit home to me what she said. Just that you can't always blame your parents for everything. That at some point, when you're old enough to take the responsibility, then the person to blame is yourself. Like I said, I will have all my answers transcribed on the bottom of my post, and thank you.